you guys, it's Dani. Today we are going to be taking a look at Threads of Fate Oracle. This is the Rose edition. I've been having this for a while and I just thought I would share it with you guys. This edition is gorgeous. Let's dive right in. This may be a little different because I am going to try to keep the lights out for this section just so you could see the foil and the images with the deep black. I hope that this works. We'll see. Okay, so this is the Threads of Fate Oracle. This is the Rose edition, so it's black and rose gold. This is done by Blair Porter and Britt June. All their information here. We're in a nice sturdy box. Simply black on the inside. Set that over here. It comes with a guidebook, which has all the different cards broken into different suits, if you will. There's some spreads you can do, but we have earth, air, fire, water, and ether. And then just weave the threads of your fate. Wow. And then a little bit about the creators. We'll check out more of the guidebook after we go through. So this is the back of the cards, which thus far I really enjoy. They're obviously not reversible, but really don't reverse oracle cards for the most part, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. They are not in order because I have been using these. So we have play, the universe, the wildling, surrender, the magi, sacred sexuality, compassion, the creator, get curious, love all this, ask body, ancestors, get wild, the revolutionary, reflect, transmute, patience, love that tortoiseshell, reclaim, trust. I like this mirroring aspect of trust, like we give and get, right? Whatever we put out into the world, we get back in. Release, power, take risks, the warrior, the outlaw, soul work, versatility, share wisdom, connect to heart, underworld, love, boundaries. I love this, but I love armadillos, so like that's kind of a thing. I love them. I don't like what they do to my yard, if I'm being honest, but they're freaking cute. Anyway, ascension, the void. I do like the use of the animals with the crystals, and then more just like sigils, but we have like hands, we have that human aspect. So I like how it does kind of bring in everything. And like on the back it says like animal, herbal, crystal, archetypal. So there is like a whole system to it. I really do enjoy all the aspects of it. Speak truth, death, and I love the growth of the mushrooms here. And then we have like crystals on this side. We have moth or a butterfly here. Life and death. The weaver, pillar, self-love, destruction, withdraw, the observer, fate, nature, the explorer, strength, higher perspective, the seeker, movement, get creative, shadow, paradox, the alchemist, the sage, dare to dream, the sovereign, manifest, and that's it. So let's go ahead and let's pop the lights back on so we can see, and we will pull a card. I am just, see, this is how things get mixed up. This is why I always have shit everywhere. Okay, anyway, let's pull a card and read from the guidebook. So you see how it kind of washes out the card. It's a little harder to see. You kind of have to move it around where it looks a little washed out. So anyway, let's go ahead. So can we talk about this cardstock for a second before we shuffle? I love this full black cardstock. We have matte black edging, but it's not really plasticky. It is just a matte finish. Now it does show fingerprints, like a lot, but it's not terrible by any means. Really nice. It's sturdy, but it shuffles well. Like there's not a tendency to bend too much, but even when you do bend, like it doesn't feel like it's going to crease or anything like that. So I really do love this cardstock because it's strong, but it's not too crazy. You know what I mean? Okay, so we have nature. Let's go ahead and check this out. Now there is no main table of contents, I don't believe. Oh yeah, there is. See, I'm a liar. Okay. We have nature. Where are we at? Probably in my face. Still don't see it. Got it. 28. In the earth section, we have nature. So let's take a look at this. Nature has a profound effect on our well-being. It increases creativity, relieves the depression and anxiety, improves memory and focus, and rewires our stress response to hormones. Studies have shown that even looking at photographs of nature can be a benefit. If you live in a place where you can easily access nature, spend some time this week to get out there. Spend some time this week to get out there, yep. If you do not, think of some creative ways you can interact with nature from where you are. Whether that's sourcing local vegetables, plant medicine, or even spending time in a park. You can also create an altar using natural material, sticks, leaves, grasses, flowers, dirt, rocks, sand, or whatever you feel called. Blackbird. So I'm assuming this is going to tell us kind of what's on the card, maybe? Or is it just, look, listen. Look and listen. What we got here? Let's talk about this deck. See, I used it out the box. So that tells me that this is really easy to just like dive into, because that's what I've been doing and how I've been using it. I literally took it out the box, I shuffled it, started using it, kind of getting to know it. There was only maybe a few that I was like, oh, I'd like to pull and see what they mean, but for the most part, I really haven't messed too much with the book. I just kind of glanced at it. So let's see what they're saying, right? So, okay. From what I understand, I'm getting mixed signals. Okay. From what I'm understanding, these won't necessarily be within the sigil. Like, obviously, I've only used this book to kind of look at some of the archetypes if they came up. Like, I did look up paradox. I kind of wanted to see what they said about that. But because it is part of this kind of back part, it doesn't have the pairings. So with this, with nature, it's got the pairings. Some of them, like, okay, let me just kind of show. Okay, like soul work. Okay, talks about a bee. There's a bee in that. Talks about aspen. There are no aspen references in there, but like diamond, there's a little diamond on there. And then other stuff, they're like an orca. There's no orca in strength that I can see. You know what I mean? Like, so they may or may not have aspects. Long way around it. These hold the same energy, not necessarily the same. Yeah. Okay. Blackbird. Blackbird calls our attention to the great mystery within the natural world. It reminds us that while it is true about the positive effects of nature, the natural world is more than a prescription for humans. It holds more than we can fathom. There is so much beyond what science can prove or the positive effects we feel. Blackbird encourages us to dive into the mysteries and teaching of the natural world around us. Spend time being curious with and about the natural world. Ask it your questions, sit with it, honor it. Hemlock is one of the few trees that grows out of nurse logs. A nurse log is a decaying trunk or fallen tree that provides a home for a new tree to grow. And according to some studies, the nurse often provides better resources for the new plant than the forest floor does. In this way, hemlock teaches us how to find our specific needs. Nature provides nutrients for us, but what specifically about it? Sitting near water will bring out completely different things than sitting at the base of a tree. Hemlock tells us not to treat the natural world as a monolith and consider developing deeper relationships with various aspects of it. Rainforest jasper. Rainforest jasper reminds us that we are interconnected with all things, and in that reminder asks us to treat the land and one another as kindly as possible. In the quest for progress, humans have destroyed so much here on Earth. We must all take responsibility, and this includes taking responsibility for others' actions and making intentional efforts and reparations where you can. Rainforest jasper is a stone of life. It encourages you to find joy in the natural world around you, but to fiercely protect that life however you can. So it is really nice, a lot of information, and then of course you can take, some of these to a deeper level while going into eagle or, buckhorn, ruby, like kind of going into these different aspects within that same space. So I really do like the ability to not have to use the book when I don't want to, because a lot of times when it comes to oracles, I'm an out-of-the-box kind of girl. Like, I just want to be able to pull a card and not really have to tote around my book. I want to be able to read. Now, of course, when there are some aspects that I'm like, I just don't get it, I love to have the ability to dive deeper. Or maybe it's not that I don't get it, but I need something more. What else is there? What am I missing, right? So I really like to have the option, but I use this straight out of the gate and have absolutely enjoyed myself. So there we go. The Rose edition of the Threads of Fate. So that's it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Let me know what you think about this gold edition of the Threads of Fate Oracle. Do you have some of the other editions? Y'all, they're so beautiful. Oh my god. I'm like trying to convince myself that I don't need the same Oracle deck over and over again, but the other editions are freaking gorgeous, and I'm like trying to talk myself out of it. I don't need other copies. I don't need them. Right? I don't need them. Stop! Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this, and I will see you all very soon. Down below, as usual, are all my links. Instagram, Etsy, email, 3fatreaders, hashtag all the things. They're all down there. And I will see you all in the very near future. I'm sending you all my love. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to like and subscribe. If not, thanks for being here. I'll see y'all later, Gators.